We're looking at some common reasons why your previously working SCN or HCN washing machine stopped working. If it's powered up and the machine just won't start, the most likely thing, you're going to want to check your door switches first in here. It's the same switch top and bottom. You want to make sure when you shut and latch the door, it's grabbing this piece here and closing this switch all the way. Also check both switches for continuity, and make sure if you're replacing the switch that you put the wires back in the same order. After that, if those check out okay, you're going to want to go ahead and check the fuses on your main control board there. If all of that checks out and it still won't lock the door, you either have a door lock solenoid that failed, you can try swapping that with one in a different machine, or you had a component on your main output board fail and you'll have to replace this. Try swapping it with another machine to verify before you buy one. If the machine's starting but it just won't drain, you most likely have a blockage in your line. This is your drain valve down here. Without power, these things automatically open up. So you could go ahead and pull a wire off of it to kill power to it. If it still won't drain, you can take these 2 1/4-inch bolts out and remove this piece here. That'll separate the motor from the actual valve in here. So if the motor's bound, it'll still shut in here. If you pulled power and disconnected this and it's still not draining, you probably have a blockage in the line. You're going to have to pull the hose here and clean up the mess and then clear your lines behind the drain valve. If the machine's starting but it just won't fill, first make sure you have water pressure at the back of the water valves here. After that, you can check each solenoid for continuity. Across here, it's usually about 0.5 or 0.6 ohms. After that, if you have water pressure here, you're getting continuity here, and you're getting power across these when the machine's in cycle but still no water, you probably just have bad diaphragms. Some of them tear over time, others actually swell up and pretty much force the valve shut permanently. So beyond that, pull these apart and replace the rubber seals inside. Now, if your machine's starting but it's not spinning or the motor's only working in one direction, the first thing you're going to want to do is manually check your contactors here with power to the machine. Manually depress them. You should get forward, backwards, and high speed. If you're getting all of those manually, there's probably just a bad coil on one of your contactors, this guy here. Check the voltage on that before you buy a new contactor. If you're still not getting one or more speeds out of the motor pushing these down manually, it's either the contactor has failed or one or more sides of the motor have burned out. In that case, the easiest thing to do if you have another machine like this would be to take a machine next to this one and jump that motor over to these contactors and then see if these contactors will manually power that motor. If they do, your contactors are probably fine and you have a bad motor in this machine. But that covers some of the most basic problems you'll run into with these.